So yeah, ETS is, as we all know, it is Education Technology Summit. It is a community that is dedicated to empowering the next generation of tech leaders through practical educations, hands-on workshop, mentorship, and real opportunities. And our mission is basically to make technology education accessible and inclusive for everyone. We believe that tech skill has a place, and every aspiring tech professional deserves the opportunity to learn, to grow, thrive, regardless of their background. So here, I welcome you all to ETS, and that is why I would always do that. Reach out to your friends, reach out to your families, and just tell them about ETS. Send invites to them. I know you have a brother or a sister who have been seeing the whole tech trending everywhere. Just do well to reach out. We have so many tech careers, and you just allow them look into some of these things and get started. So yeah, we have monthly programs and monthly meetings, just like this workshop. We have webinars where we invite people that are really, in fact, they are making it in their field of what's it called, field of interest. They are really making it. Is it front end? Is it back end? Is it web development? Is it graphics? Is it product design? So yeah, join us and preach ETS to everyone out there. So today we'll be looking at what we call the thinking process as regarding product design. And there's something about product design. So many people do have a whole lot of definitions about it. Some will say as a UI design, I'm a product designer, as a UX designer, I'm a product designer. But today, we're giving clarity to all of that. And you might actually not be in that field yet. But today, I know you, after listening and after going through this class together with me, I believe that even when you meet yourself, find yourself in spaces where they are discussing matters like this, you can actually add one or two. You can actually add 1 or 2 points to this thing. So yeah, let me share my screen so that we can dive deep into that together. Okay. So let me share my screen, please. Sorry. Where's it? Alright, please, just a quick confirmation. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, you
All right,
can.
thank you very much. So, I won't be wasting much of our time today. I just want us to do this together. And if there's any, probably we get to any point, and you're not getting it, you can just use the reaction button, raise up your hand, and I would entertain any of your question. So here we are now. Introduction to product design. Introduction to product design, and yeah. So explore the foundational principles of product design and its pivotal role in crafting successful digital experience. We demystify what product design truly entails and how it differs from UI and UX, laying the groundwork for holistic understanding. So now, what is product design? You all can see my screen. So I want us to go through that together. Product design is the art and science of solving user problems by creating digital products that are useful, usable, and desirable. It's about much more than just making screens look good. All right. So this is it. The word product and the word design. Looking at it, product is something you get to lay your hands on. Product can be something handy. Product can be something you you see, but at the same time it is rendering a service. Then design is more like an aesthetical, what's it called, addition or an aesthetical view of something. Design could basically, together with decoration, could be something that is appealing to the eyes. So now combining this together, product design. Okay, something I can use that is rendering services, and it is what? Aesthetically appealing. It is following principles. It is following a process, and at the same time rendering what? A service. Now it is beyond um your screen looking good. It is beyond you seeing objects moving. It is beyond you trying to, let's say, read through something. As we all know, there are three key points in this definition that I want us to hold on to: useful, usable, and desirable. Now, if a product is not useful, you won't get people to get them or buy them or use them if it is not useful. Now, the essence of a product being useful, it is because of we all want it. We all need this thing to fill up or serve a particular purpose. Now, to the aspect of being usable, a product might be useful but not usable. That is, you could literally need it at that point in time, but it is not something so urgent, but you need it, and you need it to serve a particular purpose at that particular period of time. That is why we call it usable. So imagine when OP was it called product came around, we saw the uniqueness they brought in. So instead of them giving us scattered numerics, account number, and all, you just said, okay, to make things quite easy for you, or let's just use your phone number. Yeah, at first people were like, how will that work? Is this okay? Is this that? Is this? But mind you, they've made possible research, and they all figured that out. If we come up with this product will be useful. We are not stressing the user. It will be useful. And at that point in time, people will get to use it. It is usable. And is this something we all desire? Yes. Some people will say, at that time, yeah, I don't really desire OP. I don't really desire this, desire that. But yeah, in the long run, we desire because there were some limits. There were some things OP offered that other banks do not offer. So look at it. For a product to be acceptable, for a product to be used, and for a product to fill in or get accredited by design process or design principles, it must be useful, it must be usable, and it must be what? Desirable. Now, what are the balancing key pillars? Users needs. What do people truly require? The business goals. How does the product support organizational objectives? Technical visibility. How can we actually build it? So when working on a product or when designing a product, these are the major key areas that you should look at as a designer. And okay, so this is what I tell people. This is what we do. You want to design a product. First off, see yourself as a client. And on the other hand, also see yourself as a customer. So you are filling two roles at that point in time, you making your research. Oh, as a client, is this thing acceptable? Or as a customer, even when I get to start using this, will it fill up some of those loopholes that this problem has been giving me? Will it actually solve the solution? So, what do people truly require? Your users' needs. Then, is this product supporting the objectives? Is it just adding? If it is not supporting, then you don't need it. Then the last part is, can we actually, do you have the resources to build it? Do you have the manpower to build it? Do you have the funds to build it? Do you have everything? Or after checking out possible needs on building the particular project, do you have? So these are some of the key areas you look to. Imperial, can you help me with your mic, please? Imperative. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, now let's look into what UI, UX, and product design is. So UI, user interface, user interface. So yeah, this focuses on the visual appearance, colors, typography, buttons, layouts, and how the product looks. Now, we have static UI designs and we have motion UI designs. Now, the static UI designs, these are designs that allows a developer see where it is starting from and where it is ending. So UI design is that thing you see. Let me call it that thing. It's a visual appearance, those images, those buttons, those icons, those movement, those arrows you see, the colors, the typography, the layout you see. Just like your WhatsApp. If you turn on your WhatsApp now, you get to see let's say, yeah, you turn on your WhatsApp, you get to see your WhatsApp, you get to see your chats, your all on read favorite groups. You get to see underneath, like below the bottom, you get to see charts, calls, update tools. This is the UI. And those things, the chat icon, the call icons, the update icon, the tools icon, the camera, the WhatsApp logo itself on top, this is what we call UI. What you can see. Now, these things, they are appealing to the eyes. They are what we call the UI design, that visual appearance, the search bar, the visual appearance. I hope someone is jotting down some things because in the long run, we'll be asking questions and to just check how far you've been able to pick some of the points you want to pick and start thinking of how next you can implement this teaching tonight. So UX design, from the word user experience, the X stands for experience design. This deals with the product functionality and feel, flow, ease of use, logic and accessibility, how the product works and feels. Now this is where the major work is, the user experience. It shows functionality. It is just like something is static and you want the thing to move. More like an engine. A car that has engine and you are looking at it, okay, you are seeing the exterior part of the car looking so good to the eyes. But inside of it, take it or leave it, the engine might be faulty and the engine might be running well or functioning properly. Do you get it? So now it is until you start the car, you know the state of the car. If you don't start it, you believe that okay, yeah, that car parked over there, it is either working or not working. It is until when you start the car, then it picks it is working, it is functional. When you keep starting, you start giving weird kind of sound. You didn't start, that means it is not functional. It is just there. Now the exterior part that you're looking at that is so glaring, appealing to the eyes, it is the UI. The interior part of it, where you need it to function, move, you change the gear to either neutral, drive, park, or no, is the word functionality. It is the experience the user gets by the time he or she turns on the car engine. Are we getting it? So now, this is how a designer thinks on how to make something functional. When I click on button answers me, takes me to the next thing. When I click on a particular arrow icon that is meant to take me to a dashboard, it is taking me to that dashboard. Are we getting it? Then this part, it shows how it is here you either satisfy your user or dissatisfy your user. So a first time user gets to use your fintech application and he or she notices an anomaly. Probably he wants to type in 50,000 naira and he keeps typing, but there is no separation. There is no comma separation. It didn't even add the dot zero zero. What's it called? Listen, that means it is not functional. That means the developer needs to revisit that. Are we together? All right. Now, what is product? The big picture, integrating UX, UI, user research, product thinking, and strategy to define why a product exists. Now, the basic part of this thing is that we all need to understand that before any design starts, there is a part where we call user research. Now, if you don't get full information of what users need, then there is no need for you to run any design. Are we together? There is no need for you to run any design. It is your research that validates the kind of design you want to work on, you want to create. Because I don't have any research. Then I'm just working aimlessly. It is my research that is giving me directions. Oh, we have secondary school students. They find it difficult to get notes Monday to Friday. What kind of solution can we build for them? Okay, you get to hear them speak. You interview the student. Why is it that you guys don't write notes weekly? You get to ask realistic questions that can what? That can back up the solution you are bringing on board. Please, I would say this because you know how to design doesn't mean you should jump on any design. Your research validates what you are working on. Are we together? Here you think strategically like a user and like a client. Then you now bring in your UI and UX expertise afterwards, after gathering or making your research to the fullest. And even in the process of building, there is something we call revisiting research. So you are cross-checking your research together with what you're building. You're not just building up because of you have all of the research on your head. Are we together? You are cross-checking that and looking at that one on one, then from leaves to leaves. Then you are checking that out bit by bit and making sure you are not making errors or you are not making mistake and you are sticking to the development process. So before I move to the next thing here, I would like to ask a question. I would like to ask any of us questions. So far, what do you think UI is now? What do you think UX design is? And what do you think product design is? Anyone, if you want to answer me, you can just unmute yourself so we don't waste our time. What do you think UI is now? What's UX? What's UI? Anyone, please. I need someone to talk before I can, move to the next thing. And if no one is talking, probably I will just have to end the class here. Yeah, you can. If you are raising up your hand, you are free to talk, please. What do you think UI
Okay, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so UI basically, from your explanation, is practically the appearance of the website, right? How it looks like, what it looks like, the designs, the colors, and all of that. While the UX is the functionality, how it works, how users interact with the website. So, yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Can we have a lady just say something about what he or she has learned so far regarding UI, UX, and product design? Yeah, you can speak.
Okay, good evening, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so I learned that product design is the art and science of solving users' problems by creating digital products, an emphasis on it being usable, useful, and desirable. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And God bless everybody here that has. Yeah. So the thing is, let me just use etshub.org as a quick example to what we've discussed so far. So yeah, this is the UI. All of this is the UI. What I'm seeing now currently is the UI. Now look at the button, join community. Look at this button, register, and I have some here. Clicking on it or hovering on it, you'll get to have a change of color. Now this is the UI. Now all this, as it is changing from white to blue, yeah, the functionality, yeah, the experience, the events, the contact, the meet the team, and then register. It takes me to it links me up to another what's it called path, takes me to another page, a section of the design. Then at the same time, go back to the home, same thing, functional. Scroll down, it is scrolling. Look at this. Look at this. I'm moving on this. The functionality. Can you see? I don't know. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So this, they are functional. They are working fine. this as well. So yeah, so this is the UI designs. Now this is the interface, and also the overing of everything. They are the experience. Now, what now makes the product a product is if it is serving a purpose, if the product itself is meeting a need, and it is not just planned because of we want to work on something. It was strategically planned to meet a need. So that's all I can say now on UI, UX, and the product. Now let's move, yeah, further. Let me go back to sharing my slide. All right, all right, quick one. Now, the product designer's role. Your role as a product designer. As a beginner, you are looking at starting out on this track, product design. What's my role? What's your role? Collaboration, very, very essential. Working closely with product managers, what to build, developers, how to build, and stakeholders, why it matters. Now, product managers, they are the one that actually, let me say, they are the one managing the whole product. They are giving you insight on what to build, the next frame, the next prototypes to work on. The developers, these guys are adding a whole lot of functionality to your designs. They are making them more accessible to a heavy of the users. Then the stakeholders, why it matters. This people reassures you why they need the design, why the design needs to be out in no time, why the design needs to serve a particular purpose. Then your core responsibilities is understanding users, defining problems, designing intuitive solutions, and iterating based on feedback and testing. So yes, don't just jump on designs. I would always lay more emphasis on that. You need to understand your users, the target audience. Are they Gen Zs? Are they working class? Are they single mothers? Are they pregnant mothers or pregnant women? Or is it fathers? Is it couples? So you need to understand your users. You need to think like them at some point. Then defining your problems very well, which is very, very essential. Now, the weight of your problem, if not properly broken down into units, you could miss the purpose of designing or creating your design as a product designer. So you need to split the problems into units, into possible basic unit that even if a layman is getting to read it, he or she understands at a glance. So problems should not seem bulky. Problems should be well explained, well understood that okay, yeah, at this point I understand the problem, so I can now prefer possible solutions to these problems. And the way your problem has been broken down into units, same way your solution should be. Like break it down into limit, let people get it. Let your solution be sharp, be basic enough. Are we together? Then design intuitive solutions, which is needed. Solutions and iterating based on feedback and testing. There is a part where the designers, after working on it, we call it I think testing. Yeah, testing period. You get to test the product and get possible feedbacks on how it can be improved. Are we together? So problem product designers are problem solvers, not just visual designers. Honestly, you are not just visual designers. You're not just making something look aesthetically appealing. You are solving problems together with your creativity. So, as a product designer, you should look for problems always, and you should be a problem solver always. Are we together? All right. So, now design thinking fundamentals. On the word design thinking, what do we need to understand? Design thinking is a human centered problem solving approach that focuses on understanding users before designing solutions. It champions experimentation, iteration, and continuous learning throughout the product development cycle. Now, this needs to be practical enough. At times when I want to work on designs, I have some practical sites. I have some sites I visit to work to gain more insight, to think, to help me think, to help me structure my research together. We have the likes of Dribble. We have the likes of Dribble. At times you could check Behance. At times you could check Pinterest. There are a lot of sites out there where you could get inspiration. Are we together? You could get inspiration and get your work moving. So yeah, there are 5 stages we need to understand. Number one is the empathize. Number two, we have the define, the ideate, prototype, and test. But before that, I would like to ask a question so as to help us understand this by the time I'm explaining this part. So yeah, we must have seen different products out there that we use daily, or we are even using at the moment. So I would want us to list anyone. You can actually unmute yourself. What are those products you've seen, or you've used, or you've even tested before? Anyone, you could just mention 2 or 3, then we get to explain the 5 stages, then see how these 5 stages actually playing a pivotal role in the product you just mentioned. You can unmute yourself, please, if you want to speak. Yeah, thank you. I'm waiting. Okay, the likes of gadgets, techno phones, Infinix phones. Yeah, they all have softwares on them, and the softwares are majorly what's it called? They are majorly serving different roles, different roles, and helping humanity uh live what's it called fine. So yeah, any other person, like someone raised his hand at who's that? You can actually talk. You can unmute yourself. Please, I need us to mention name of products we've used over time. Some of these products we've used over time, or we are still using, before I move to the next part of it. All right. All right. So if there's no one talking here, we we have the likes of Instagram. We have the likes of Twitter. We have our bank apps. We have what else again? Let me check my phone and see some of these products. Yeah, we have Play Store, where we can actually download multiples of applications that we can use on our phones. And looking at them, looking at the UI designs, because we use this every day. We use iOS, the App Store, we use the Play Store, and they are there to help us. We even have management tools like ClickUps, we have Jira and the likes. These tools are helping us set our tasks, set up um, deadlines to meetings and whatsoever. So these are applications, software that has gone through the stages of users, even the developers, even the designers, understanding how their users would relate with it. And a clear definition was given to it. There were a series of judgments, series of verifying that the products can stand can withstand time, and also creating prototypes to a direction, framing them, and also testing them. We don't just create products because you want to push your product out there. If your product is not serving or the product is super useless. If it is not meeting a need or rendering a service. So now, empathize, deeply understand users' emotions, needs, and challenges through research and observation. Now, this part, I will mention a solution. There was this application that was built for pregnant women. Now, I would say throughout the stage of building this software, this application, The process was so emotional because we all could know how pregnant women, sorry, could be at times. At times they could be moody, like down, this, that, stressed, and all. So, as the designer, we put ourselves in that shoes. What are the services that can actually make this app stand out from every other application? Okay, yeah, there are times pregnant women they just come up with different cravings. They want to eat chocolate, they want to do this, they want to do that. Okay, why not have a part where they can easily just make orders for some of these their cravings? Now that is the part of you understanding your user. Or in the likes of, let's say, your bank apps, you want to make transfer and you're finding it so difficult, or probably you've tried and tried over time, and you just feel okay, yeah, no. Why won't I just, okay, let me say, open the bank app and just, probably it is automated, just speak to it, just like some people uses the iPhone with together. I don't know what they call the AI on their iPhone. So just, I don't know. So you just speak to it. Can you help me make a transfer to this? So this is you understanding and filling up spaces, understanding the product as a user. Designs at the same times, they can be emotional. They can be emotional. Down from your colors to everything you use, they can be emotional. So you're understanding their needs and challenges. You want to ease their challenges, you want to meet their needs, and you want to make their emotions feel alive. So you're putting yourself in the issue by making a solid research and your observation being thoroughly vetted and valid. So the design, the defined part, it clearly articulate the core problem you are trying to solve based on insights gained from empathy. So this empathy part makes you gather a whole lot of research, a whole lot of valid points, a whole lot of things you can build, you can work on. And it's from here you now clearly bring everything together, sum them up, and then define them and bring them together as a possible what solution. Now let's do something practical now. I want you to get a jotter or probably your notes. I want you to get your notes or probably the note on your phone or your jotter. I want you to think of a problem. Probably there is a problem in your environment that you feel requires a beautiful solution. I just want you to write out in three, what's it called, sentences. Write out the problem. It is practical enough now. Let's do that. Write out the problem. I will ask questions, or by the end of this class, I would ask one or two persons to read this process now that we are currently on. So I want you to write out some of these problems, write out those challenges. Probably it's a waste problem. It could be electricity problem, you recharging and all. It could be um healthcare problem. Just write out some things. We're not taking time. Yeah, so just do that quickly. And if you're done writing that, I would want you to, let me say, in less than 1 minute. It's just a rough what's it called? Rough what's it called? Process now. Have you made any research? If you've not made any research about it, just leave it new, no research. What are your observations? You could just write your observations. This is the problems. Then what are your observations about this problem? What are your observations about the problem? And from there, let's move to define. So after listing out those problems, now let's clearly articulate the core problem you're trying to solve based on what you wrote down, like those problems you wrote down, the needs, the challenges you wrote down at the first part. I'll be writing that out. Okay, let me check. I think someone's end is up. Okay, is anyone okay? All right. Ekene Agu. Yeah, you can speak.
Okay. I'm actually not stable, so I did not write, but I had a problem already in my head. I believe everyone can hear me, right?
Yeah, sure. We can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I had a problem in my head already, and I feel like, okay, let me tell you that problem. I don't know how that design will be made. Problem is, I picture a scenario, let's say a classroom, okay, or a lecture hall where a lecturer is teaching and students have questions. You know, today we have more introverted students, social anxiety and all of those nonsense. So a platform where students just scan a barcode or whatsoever and it takes them to a chat or whatsoever chat, and yet everybody remains anonymous on that chat. Anybody, you just pick a pseudonym and you're able to ask the lecturer a question. Lecturer just gets the beep and answers the question randomly without knowing who asked and everything. So I don't know if I made the problem clear. So that's exactly that problem. I've been thinking of how to treat. I've actually started building a project on that, but I think I got stuck somewhere because some way somehow it's looking for authentication, and I don't want that authentication because it's going to bring in visibility, and my main goal is to hide, not to make anybody visible. Okay, and
Yeah.
and I and I feel that that system is also going to work well when it comes to reporting crime. Okay, in the world today, people don't want to report crime because they'll be traced. Understand? If they catch the criminal, you, the reporter, will be gone in few days. You get so that kind of. So I've been trying to picture that. So I don't know how that is possible in this world of Google services. Everybody's on Google or iCloud, where your our identity is public already. I don't know how possible that is, but I'm still working on that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's very, very good. Now, everyone, I want you all to, because while I was saying it, I was actually jotting it down. Like, this is a problem. This is a problem now. Now, as a designer, what can you see? What are your observations about this problem? He said something. We have students that are introverted. One major problem. Some students are introverted. They don't talk. You don't see them ask questions in class. In fact, some are even so much afraid that they can't even stand up, probably due to crowd and what's it called, to ask questions. Another thing here is that they don't want to be known, even while asking. Probably there is an avenue they get to even ask and make them anonymous. They don't want to ask with their name on it. They just want to ask based on, okay, no one knows who asked the question and all. These are some of the problems. So, as a designer, what can you say? How do you think you can come up with a design, user interface designs, user experience designs? This is a very good musical idea. And let me say, yeah, it's a problem and that needs solutions. So I don't know if anyone here probably can profile solution or propose solutions on how he or she would think or give in solutions to this. If you have anything to say, then you can unmute yourself. If you have something to say regarding what Mr. Ekene Ago said, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear
I
me?
Yeah, we can
Okay,
hear
so
you.
I kind of missed out on what he said the problem was. If you could
Okay.
like run us through again.
All right. So he said, looking at a lecture hall, university students, and probably a lecturer is teaching in class, and we have some students that are introverted, and you won't find them ask questions in class. If you can build a solution where they get to scan a barcode, and it takes them automatically to a chat where he or she gets to ask questions without his or her profile or name or something being known, just anonymous, and the lecturer gets to answer the question and he or she finds answers from there. So this is the problem. This is what Mr. Akene Agu said. So as a designer, what can you do? How can you design? Yes, how can you use your creativity to work on user interface design or probably user experience design to solve this solution? Yeah. Don Victory, I don't know if you got
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I got that. I got that.
All right. All right. I need someone to speak. We all are now designers. Let's start thinking like designers now. Yeah. It's a workshop. So we need to do question and answer at this stage. So what can you say? How can you solve that as a designer? What can you do? So a very quick one. This meeting will be ending soon, and I'll be sending a meeting link. So immediately this goes off, you can check the platform or probably the in-call chat box to join the new link. Thank you. So I'm listening. Anyone, if you want to say something. All right, so I'll be sending the link here now, and I want every one of us to join before this call ends. Or you can check the group for the new link. All right, so you can join now. You can join the call. I'll meet you there now. Let's join. Let's join before I end this call. So you can continue the class there. Thank you so much.
Did you send a new link to the group?
Anthony Joshua, can you hear me? Iola Lua, Abdul Basit, Ibrahim, kindly use this using this new link I'm sending in the in-call chat box now to join.